that is something that has to do with our power of thinking and our way of emotional control and our thought processing. So I have none other than the intelligent, extremely skillful, young, enthusiastic clinical hypnotherapist with me here. And I would, without further ado, like to welcome Shivika Chadha, who is joining us today for this wonderful session. Ladies and gentlemen, just to give you a small idea about what Shivika does, Shivika is a practicing clinical hypnotherapist who has done her graduation from Amity University in applied psychology. And during the pandemic, she utilized her time very effectively to develop her practice on clinical hypnotherapy because she believes that there is a lot of things that lie untapped in our minds. So I welcome you, Shivika, to Pre2doc's online community sessions, and thank you for taking out time for and being with us over here. Shivika is now pursuing her master's in clinical psychology also from Amity, and she is going to enlighten us all today about something which we all are a little wary of, and that is hypnosis. When we think about hypnosis, we think about something which is not scientific, something which is non-medical, something which is usually done by people who are the alternate therapists. But here I'm going to talk about it in a very generalized and a very scientific manner. And Shivika is going to enlighten us how this is going to be of immense help and immense benefit to all of us. So ladies and gentlemen, I invite Shivika to start talking about the science of hypnosis. And my first question to you, Shivika, is what is the difference between hypnosis and hypnotherapy?
Okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Farah, for introducing me so lovingly and so nicely. Okay. So first of all, I want to ask everyone, what does come to your mind when you see the word hypnosis, or when the banner came, science of hypnosis? So what comes to your mind? Anyone who wants to unmute and speak?
We are also very willing to access the chat box. Hypnosis किस तरीके से समझा जाता है? If you can also write in the chat box, and we'll take this conversation from there, because we have a very funny video lined up for you, and Shivika is just going to share it in the next few minutes.
Absolutely.
So if anybody has
any idea about what hypnosis is, somebody will control our mind. Okay. Yes. That's one way of looking at it. Planting a suggestion. Okay. That's a scientific way of looking at it. Good. Okay. So we have something, right? Someone will control our mind. हम अपनी बस में नहीं रहेंगे. And I'll become a chicken and dance if the hypnotherapist will tell us to do that. And मेरी आँखों में देखो and all of that. I'm sure that these myths are coming into your mind whenever we say hypnosis, right? So just for a reference, I will just share a very funny video by there is a movie, and there is a movie clip in Bollywood wherein they are doing a hypnotherapy session. Okay, and let's see कि कैसा हमारा mind build up हुआ है on hypnosis बचपन से. Okay, so Reva Mahajan says, isn't past life regression? Is past life regression or isn't past life regression? Yes, so past life regression obviously is a part of hypnotherapy, but it's just a part of it. There are many other things that come under hypnosis. All right, so let's see that video first, and let me know if you can see it. Yeah, is it visible? All right. So here Mukesh Khanna is the hypnotist or the hypnotherapist. Okay, and if you don't know Mukesh Khanna for us, my generation people, is Shaktiman, and he is doing a hypnotherapy session. And let's see how Bollywood is has been molded into hypnosis here.
कहीं दबे हुए हैं, उन्हें उभारने की कोशिश करते हैं. आओ यहां पर आराम से रिलैक्स होकर बैठ जाओ।
He's trying to hypnotize this young lady, right?
Yes. So Mukesh Khanna is the hypnotist and this young lady is the client.
अपनी आंखें बंद कर लो आरती। अपनी आंखें बंद करो आरती। धीरे धीरे तुम्हें नींद आने लगेगी। नींद आ रही है तुम्हें, नींद आ रही है। तुम अंधेरों में गुम होती जा रही हो। डरना मत, ये नींद का अंधेरा है, गहरी नींद का अंधेरा। मेरी आवाज तुम्हें सुनाई दे रही है, सुनाई देती रहेगी तुम्हें मेरी आवाज। सुन रही हो ना?
हाँ।
गुड। मेरे सवालों का जवाब जो भी दिमाग से उभरे वही बताना, कोई तब्दीली मत करना। नाम क्या है तुम्हारा?
आरती।
आरती क्या?
आरती रस्तों की।
27 तारीख को क्या हुआ था? क्या हुआ था 27 तारीख को?
सर्वनाश, डिजास्टर।
कैसा डिजास्टर? कैसा सर्वनाश?
नहीं मालूम।
मंगनी। मंगनी किससे हुई है तुम्हारी?
All right. So I think we get a gist of what our mind is tuned, of what hypnosis and hypnotherapy is all about. So now answering Dr. Farah's question, what is the difference between hypnosis and hypnotherapy? So hypnotherapy is nothing but psychotherapy in trance phase. All right. So psychotherapy is basically you talk to the client and you use your beliefs there, you change their belief systems and everything, right? So that exactly what happens with a client in a trance phase. All right. So now I'm just going to present you a presentation just for you to understand it a little better. And I hope you guys can see it. Yeah. All right.
Yes, we can see it. Just started from the first slide, Shivika. So basically what Mukesh Khanna was trying to do here was, I think it was something like what Reva ma'am said, was something like a past life regression. But I think it was very quick. I don't know if they can do it like that. You just ask someone to sit and you say, close your eyes and you're gone. Aisa to nahi hona chahiye. So let's try and understand what hypnotherapy is all about by Shivika Chadda.
Okay. All right. So these are little bit. So I took classes as well for hypnosis. So these are the few feedbacks that I got from my students and everyone, my teachers and my clients. So okay, so hypnosis is what? A natural state of mind that allows you to be connected with both inside and outside, right? So what means that in a trance phase, when a person is there, when you are connected with your subconscious mind, you can hear what the hypnotherapist is saying, but also you choose to be in that trance phase. That is why you are inside, you are inward and outward as well. All right. So your subconscious mind is absolutely awake. And whatever the hypnotherapist is telling you to imagine, so all of you can do that. And also you can hear the hypnotherapist as well, or you can hear the other surroundings around you. Okay, so answering the chat here, your mind is controlled. Absolutely not. Busting first myth here that you cannot control the client or the client cannot be controlled by the hypnotherapist, as your mind is absolutely alert, right? You only want what you only see or you only hear what the hypnotherapist is telling you to do. For example, the hypnotherapist is telling you to imagine a beautiful garden with lovely flowers, with lovely fragrances around you. So you will be able to imagine that itself. If they tell you to dance like a chicken and behave like one, then absolutely not. You'll just be awake and then you're just going to tell them, what are you even telling me to do? All right. So absolutely not. Your mind is not sorry, your mind is there and you are in your own control. Nobody can control you in the state of hypnosis. All right. Oh, okay. So hypnotic susceptibility, if we compare to India and the Western countries, if we use hypnotic susceptibility means how how prone are we to be in a state of trance, or how prone are we to stay to be in the state of hypnosis. In India, that's the largest. High, it's 20%, whereas in the Western countries, it's only 5 to 10%. So if imagine we have the control of our mind, if we can know and achieve our goals through hypnosis, so what other things that we can't do, right? And if India has the 20% and moderate is about 70%, that's a huge number, right? Almost 90% of people can be in the state of trance and heal themselves. They can meditate, they can achieve their goals through hypnosis. So absolutely we can utilize this way. Okay. Okay. So this is the waking state, hypnotic state, and the sleeping state. This is the little scientific thing. So just give me a few minutes to make you understand what the conscious, subconscious mind is. All right. And so the conscious mind is whatever you are being aware of right now. You're aware that you're in a room. You're aware that you're in a class or you're in a workshop. You can see me. You can see Dr. Farah and everything. This is what our conscious mind is all about. The subconscious mind is the other part of the mind, the 70% of our mind that we are not aware about, the thoughts, the actions that we do. Sometimes it's आप कभी-कभी कहते हो कि ये पता नहीं ये अलग से हो गया, ये मैंने नहीं किया था, consciously मैंने नहीं किया था ये, right? ये गलती से हो गया मुझसे. Sometimes we have subconscious things, subconscious thoughts that we have, subconscious actions that we do. Now, through hypnotherapy, we are awakening our subconscious mind here, right? So in a hypnotic state, we have both the conscious mind awake and the subconscious mind awake, but it's more in control. All right. The conscious mind is awake. Why? Because you can be aware of the outskirts. You can be aware if there is a construction site going on, or what the hypnotherapist is saying, or if a dog is barking. But the subconscious mind is in control, and whatever you're imagining there, you can see and you can visualize. You can even smell it, or you can hear it. Whatever the hypnotherapist is telling you to do. All right. So today we're going to be doing a small hypnotherapy session. Yeah, just to make you understand what it's all about and how your mind is awake at that time. Yeah. Any further questions, Dr. Farah?
So this is basically what I wanted everybody to understand. Trance and hypnotic जो इतने simple तरीके से शिविका ने समझाया है, एक होता है हमारा conscious state, तो एक होता है हमारा unconscious, subconscious mind, subconscious state. Now, if I were to tell you, there's this psychology study done by people in Canada who have done a research, and they've actually found out that in a normal human, throughout a 24 hours time frame, the number of thoughts that cross our minds are as many as 6,200. These are the number of thoughts that pass our mind in 24 hours. अब इसका आप मैथ्स कर लीजिए, इसको per hour हम करेंगे तो कितनी significant number of thoughts हो जाएंगी. But when we are talking about a conscious mind, we can probably control 2 to 3 thoughts at a single time. That much multitasking we are able to do. Today, with the help of Shivika, we will learn how to tap into the subconscious mind that will not only make us multitaskers, it will also help us to compartmentalize which thought needs priority and which thought needs to be just shoved back. It will also give us the power to control our emotions related to certain other thoughts that are not so very important and in fact could be detrimental to our emotional health. So if I've got that correct, Shivika, my next question to you is, I've already listed out a few advantages. Would you please tell our audience which are the best advantages that they can gain out of a hypnotherapy session, and where exactly does a hypnotherapy session take place? Unlike Mukesh ji in the bedroom of the patient.
Okay, so just like Mukesh ji, it doesn't happen in a bedroom session of a client. It has to have a proper setting, just like a clinic, just like a hospital. Okay, you have to have a room wherein you can have a normal chair, जैसे जो आपकी dining table की जो chair होती है, वो ही होना चाहिए, and obviously a chair for the hypnotherapist, and you're good to go. There is no extra thing, there is no voodoo here, there are no extra paper pencil, nothing needed here, but the hypnotherapist obviously should be skilled and qualified to do that. Okay, now coming to what hypnotherapy के advantages है, coming to that, of course hypnotherapy के बहुत ज़्यादा advantages है. It can cure pains, the daily pains that people have. I've honestly done a lot of hypnotherapy sessions throughout the pandemic, on my father, my mother, that was my practicing, but with my clients, with my students, I've done a lot for the time management, because there was a lot of problem coming through them, कि मैम मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है, शिविका मैम मुझसे ना आपकी क्लास भी नहीं हो रही, कॉलेज भी नहीं मैनेज हो रहा, तो मैं कैसे करूं, so we just did a group session on time management with my students, and that did wonders. Then obviously belief system. If you guys know that we are controlled by our beliefs, okay, we have very strong beliefs towards something in our lives, right? uh, it can be religious beliefs, it can be cultural beliefs that we have, right? But वो beliefs कभी कभी negative बन जाते हैं, and through those negative beliefs हमारा cognition, हमारा behavior, सब कुछ obviously haywire हो जाता है, which leads to a mental health issue. So imagine if a hypnotherapy session can help a person heal that negative belief to a positive one. So कितने wonders कर सकता है उसका mind, उसकी mental health ठीक हो सकती है. And that's exactly what CBT is all about. That's all about psychology and uski therapies. But hypnosis की जो success rate है, again coming to the advantages, hypnosis की जो success rate है, that is 93%. वो आज तक कोई भी थेरेपी नहीं कर पाया जो हिप्नोसिस ने only 6 sessions in 93% of success rate में कर दिया. So you don't need, you don't need 3 months and 4 months and 5 months. I have healed my patients and have healed my clients in like through 3 days also, but the feedback that you get from them, it's just amazing. Thank you so much, it's so nice and all that. But obviously the success rate of hypnotherapy is great. You can heal your mind, you can heal your body, you can heal COVID also. So there was a research done on people through COVID can be healed through hypnosis. So 10 patients were there of COVID, and 10 patients of 10, they were all COVID patients, but 10 में divided थे. 10 people उनका hypnotherapy हुआ, 10 लोगों का hypnotherapy नहीं हुआ. So they healed much better, much faster, and obviously because I think COVID, I've also been through COVID twice, and Dr. Farah knows that because she was my doctor then, and it is more of a psychological thing, sitting in that one room with just laptop and whatever, watching, and constantly tension and social media with us. So it healed those patients much more faster than the patients without the hypnotherapy sessions. So definitely hypnotherapy की बहुत अच्छे advantages है. I practice it every day as
So
my
basically
own.
what you just told us was very, very important, right? In today's world, especially in today's world, how much importance is mind and thought control, right? Mind and thought control, if we have the power to actually develop it within ourselves, then a lot of problems in this world will automatically vanish. And Shivika, you've given very good examples here of people using hypnotherapy for time management. I think I've also heard of people using it for labor pains. So
yes, so it is known as hypnobirthing. And it's also used for, okay, let's go to hypnobirthing and then let's go to hypnotherapy forensics. Okay. So hypnobirthing is all about your mindset during those 9 months. Okay, so the patients can come to you at the very starting as well, but also at the end as well, through the labor pain as well, right? So your mind needs training, okay? And once your mind is trained, मॉर्निंग सिकनेसेस होती है, लेकिन उतना सिवियरिटी नहीं होती है जैसे बाकी की मदर्स को लगता है. इनफैक्ट मेरे मेंटोर के पेशेंट थी जो इसने हिप्नोबर्थिंग करवाई थी, एंड आई डोंट नो दैट्स जस्ट मैजिक, बट उनको मॉर्निंग सिकनेस नहीं हुई. उनको लेबर पेन एज कंपेयर टू अ नॉर्मल मदर हु इज गिविंग अ बर्थ, उनको कंपेयर करके बहुत कम शी हैड द लेबर पेन दैट शी हैड. And her mind was refreshed. Obviously, if your mind is refreshed, then your baby is also great and obviously happy, right? So hypnobirthing कहते हैं जो आप अपने patients के साथ करते हो who are going through labor at that
Right.
time. Yes. The other one is sorry. Yeah.
No, please go ahead. Very interesting.
Okay. So the other one is known as forensic hypnosis. So forensic hypnosis abhi USA में काफी अभी it's prevalent, and it's been prevalent since many years. I don't know why in India it's not prevalent, but if people are able to and would want to go ahead with forensic hypnosis, it is a wonderful technique. It is used with patients with trauma and who are the victims of such crimes that are happening. For example, there are patients who have gone through rape, who have gone through trauma, who have gone through burglary also, and a lot of things. So they help the policemen to find the culprit of the crime. So it will really help them and heal them, as especially the rape case victims. It will be very useful for them as a therapeutic process as well. So forensic hypnosis is a new thing. So yes, absolutely, we can go ahead with that.
Wow, amazing.
Yes, I think Jyoti ma'am has one question.
Yeah, okay. I just want to extend this concept, Shivika, what you just said. I just want to extend this a little bit and ask you a question here, that you're using therapy for people who are suffering, like somebody who's been assaulted or somebody who's been raped. Why not use it for criminals? Suppose we know that this is a criminal, like so many, like murder case is going on. Can we not use it for the criminal, hypnotize him and get him to confess by asking pertinent questions?
Okay, yes, so that debate is obviously going on, but as I told you that you're very much aware of what's happening around you, right? You're not अब आपने एक टेस्ट सुना होगा जहाँ पर इंजेक्शन देते हैं कल्प्रिट्स को, एंड वहां पे उनका सबकॉन्शियस माइंड के थ्रू दे the plant suggestions and all that, right? अब वो illegal क्यों है? वो illegal इसलिए है because the questions given it to the patients are very direct to them. कि अच्छा आपने वहां पे कोई येलो साड़ी में लड़की देखी थी, that are very questions, that are very directive. In hypnotherapy, you cannot ask direct questions to the culprit, and also they have the liberty to say lies on the hypnotherapy during the hypnotherapy session as well. You can do that you can do that with culprits, why not? But itna matlab they will go to a deep state of trance, but they're still aware of what's happening consciously, but obviously you can do it with culprits. No problem in doing it.
Trying to say is that they may not want to reveal, right? Hypnosis is
they
not
might hide
control,
something,
right? They might hide something, Jyoti ma'am. So what she was trying to say initially also is hypnosis is not mind control. We cannot control the person's mind. A culprit will probably try to deviate from the topic because he's still alert. But a person who's been a victim and who doesn't have the ability to, face the emotional challenges of going through that whole thing all over again will probably gain benefits out of hypnotherapy, so that they're able to divert it and compartmentalize the pain and then look at it very non-judgmentally. So that's where we are coming from. So that's what forensic hypnosis is, because the person who's undergoing the hypnosis still has control over his thoughts. We are just trying to help him gauge those thoughts in a different light so that he can, for that matter, even all of us, whenever we go through a challenging situation, हमारे सामने लड़ाई हो रही है, हम उस लड़ाई से अपने आप को अलग कर लेते हैं, right? We sort of step back away from it. We don't try to plunge and land ourselves in the middle of something and try to engage into the argument. Then when we step back, we are able to see it and assess it कि हाँ सामने A ने कुछ बोला B को, B ने बोला कुछ A को. So how is that different? Only once we are able to step back from the situation can we figure this out. So that's the whole concept of taking hypnotherapy sessions.
Yes.
Personal hypnotherapy sessions from a clinical hypnotherapist helps you gain that control of thought, of power, power of thought, and the power that your mind has to process certain things.
Process and heal yourself as well,
Correct.
because you might personally, when you do it, so there are two types of hypnosis. One is self hypnosis, that you do it on yourself, and the other one is obviously when there is a clinical hypnotherapist guiding you through these things, correct? So you can do it both ways, but obviously for the starting, बहुत लोगों ने, जब मैंने self hypnosis की workshops दी है, बहुत लोगों ने बोला मैम मैं start करूँ, मुझे ये problem हो रही है. Then I always told them that at least start with the one session with one of the clinical hypnotherapist, but then continue with self hypnosis if you want, because then at least your mind will be guided towards what you want and towards your goal, and you will be able to concentrate more on that. So yes, I think we just got diverted on the topic as well, but let's continue. Okay, so what is trance, or what is the state of hypnosis? What are the advantages? As I said, you have a deep state of relaxation, you have heightened focus and concentration. This is what happens in a state of trance. You have increased suggestibility, right? So I think one of the people in the chat box, he said that planting a suggestion. Suggestion means obviously you can tell the patient that you are feeling relaxed. So in a state of trance, you will be able to feel that relaxation in your body. That is why I'm saying it is increased suggestibility. Acting intuitively instead of intellectually. Intuitively as in very creative. If I tell you that you will be able to imagine a pink elephant with a blue flag, you will be able to imagine that. But in your real life, you might not be able to imagine fully, and then you just divert your mind. Okay, then your mind is connected with yourself, of course, the subconscious mind. You have a deep state of relaxation, and obviously this is the state between the wakefulness, means the conscious mind, and your sleep part. So obviously your subconscious mind. This is the center part of it. The hypnotic state is known as. All right. Okay. So don't get hypnotized by this. All right. So we have few myths. Obviously, let's check the chat box here. When someone tries to influence us and our mind is open, state to accept the suggestible change. Yes. So Savita G said that when a person tries to influence us and our mind is open in this, is in an open state to accept the suggestible change. Yes, so you are open to suggest to the changes that your mind is having, but nobody can influence you. In a state of trance, a hypnotherapist can never influence you. You have your own control of your own mind, of your own body and everything. Okay. So few myths here. Only few people can be hypnotized. No, everybody can be hypnotized, even intelligent people, even scientific people, even people who are not very smart. Everyone has the power to be in the state of trance, I would say. Hypnotize is a very negative term maybe that we are getting here. So let's just say in the state of trance. Okay. A person loses control of themselves? Absolutely not. You have full control of your body, you have full control of your mind, and you can move around also. You won't be awakened from the state of trance unless and until you want to. ये आपके ऊपर होता है अगर आपको awakening apni karni hai during the state of trance or not. Intelligent people can't be hypnotized. No, intelligent people can be hypnotized the fastest. And through hypnosis, people can be driven into hurting themselves or committing a crime. Though, no, that's also not true. This is a therapy. As I said, it is hypnotherapy. It's a therapeutic process that you're getting. So if it's a therapeutic process, how can you be hurt or how can you commit a crime? That's so obvious, right? So it's a therapeutic process to heal yourself, to heal your mind, to heal your body, right? And you will be able to see all the changes in your body and mind. And yes, so every hypnosis is self-hypnosis because ultimately you are the person who is doing everything in your mind here. How successful is hypnotherapy? As I told you, hypnotherapy sessions are, the recovery rate is 93% in just 6 sessions, whereas the other psychoanalysis, CBT, behavioral therapies have good recovery rates, but not as fast as hypnotherapy is. Okay. Where all hypnotherapy can be used for everything, as I said, for better stress management, for better time management, your body aches if it's happening, your decision making, your belief system change, then confidence building, self-love. In fact, my first patient was about self-love. He wanted to enhance his self-esteem and self-love. And obviously there are scripts for that where the hypnotherapist can be used. These are the clinical conditions wherein the hypnotherapy can be used. So yeah, for migraine, asthma, obesity, stammering, bedwetting, labor pains, as I told you.
Shivika, I can see some habit disorders, especially that are seen in children developmentally. Bedwetting, thumb sucking,
Yes.
tics,
stammering, absolutely. So even
just out of curiosity, who has been the youngest patient, a pediatric population that could have been hypnotized, or if you have a
I have experienced one. My youngest patient was actually my nephew. He's about 7 years old, and I had to try. So I had to try and practice it on him, and he got. So there are different kinds of scripts and this different kind of hypnotherapy sessions for them, because of course their mind is so creative. Children have the most creative minds, and if they are guided well, they can actually do wonders with them. So he was fond of rockets, and he was fond of space and universe and everything. He just loves it. So I had to make a whole script on rockets, and that his mind is going here to that planet, and he really liked it. So yes, my youngest patient was my nephew, 7 years old.
Nice.
All right.
We have a question by Dr. Amina Sultan. Ma'am is a dentist at Jamia, and she is asking, can we use hypnosis for dental treatment?
Yes. So in dental treatment, obviously, your area has to be numb. If I am right. Okay. I'm so sorry if I
it's all
do
right.
any medical mistakes. So I don't know any medical terms. I'm a psychology student. So yes, I'm guessing that your area has to be numb. All right. So there is known as hypnoanesthesia, wherein you don't have to inject anesthesia. Injection drugs to the patients, even for operations and all that. Hypnoanesthesia is very, very famous, and it's obviously coming into India, wherein the clinical hypnotherapist is there in the operation or in the dentistry clinic as well, wherein they just tell the patient that you're in deep state of trance, and whatever the script is all about, they send the patient into a deep state of trance, and obviously the area will be numb if you're in a dentist clinic. So they won't feel pain here, even for operations as well. In fact, there was there's a case study that is very famous among hypnotherapy students, wherein there is an operation happening, and the person is conscious enough, all right, where wahi se hypnoanesthesia aaya, and where the patient is conscious enough and unka mind alert tha, and the doctors were just giving them negative thoughts ki, acha, oh shit, uska area wo bach gaya, oh shit, uska ya bach gaya, oh she might not be able to walk again, or something like that. So just imagine what your mind is going through at that time, especially when you're conscious. So that's how the hypnoanesthesia came into life, wherein the patient has to be in a state of trance, in a very, very deep state of trance, and the doctors were suggested that only positive words and only positive things has to be said around the patient, because their subconscious mind is absolutely alert at that time. So that's how the hypnoanesthesia came into life.
Right. So she's also asking if there is a course that dental students can take on hypnosis, and
yeah. Currently, there are not, because obviously there are very few diploma courses in hypnotherapy only. So specialized in dentistry, I don't think so there are any. But definitely there must be there must be doctors who are training people in hypnoanesthesia wherein they can enroll and they can do that. So yeah.
Actually, what you talked about, Shivika, is a very common terminology used in the anesthesia. It's called as conscious sedation. So we
Okay.
utilize IV drugs, which are,
Okay.
making a patient sedated enough that he is going to tolerate the procedure. But the moment I ask him to open his eyes, he will open his eyes.
Open
So
it.
the area, we call it something called as monitored anesthesia care. And anesthesia awareness is in fact a very big deal now, because there are a lot of cases of medical negligence actually being accounted for. In case your patient becomes awake under anesthesia and is able to hear or overhear, things which are probably going to be lead to a PTSD, a post-traumatic
Yeah.
stress disorder for him. So it's
Yeah.
important that yes, hypnosis can also be introduced in operation theaters, so that patients who are undergoing procedures under local anesthesia, procedures under conscious sedation can, get that benefit of this extra additional technique.
Absolutely, and even I think the doctor should be aware enough that
Yes.
it's still that subconscious mind is alert of the patient and what thoughts we have to bring. It's very easy for us to gain negative thoughts in our mind. Very, very easy. That's we're trained for that. Our mind state is that. For example, if I post something on Instagram or Facebook and there are 10 comments which are positive, but 2 are negative, obviously my mind will go on to the negative ones and not the positive ones. So
we
mind
have
is
a
trained
negative
that
bias.
way.
You're absolutely right. The human mind is prone to negativity, and one needs to really cultivate the power to overcome that and move out, at least come to neutral ground, and then you can take a step forward towards the positive ground.
Absolutely. So
we are ready
hypnotherapy helps that.
Yes, absolutely. And we are ready for a wonderful demonstration by Shivika. She has explained to us what the whole thing is all about. And today we are going to use the science of hypnosis to understand how we all can be refreshed right after this session.
Perfect. Great. So is all of you ready for a good, nice, refreshing hypnotherapy session?
Yes, we're all ready. Yes.
Perfect. So can you all hear me clearly?
Yes. May I request some of us who can come on video to show ourselves on video, because this is a session which is, there's a lot of power in this session. We would like to be connected through a visual screens so that all of us can see each other and be a part of this power. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
So much.
Thank you so much for switching on your videos just for the sake of this session, and then you can all go off video again.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Okay. So I need all of you to be seated in a normal chair. Okay, and your back should be erect. Yeah. All right. And the environment should be very calm and without any sounds around you, if possible. So, all right, great. So I can see the few faces here, and everyone is already erected with their spine and smiling. That's great. All right. So we are now going to do a breathing awareness technique. It's going to be a very calming and a very relaxing process. So just sit comfortably and just keep your eyes gently closed and your hands on your knees. Be aware of the process of your breathing, your normal, natural breathing, which is going on all by itself. Just inhale and exhale. Feel the fresh air on your lovely faces, which are smiling, and keep concentrating on your breath, which is going in and out. Drop all the efforts and just breathe. You may either remain aware of the movements of your stomach, or you may remain aware of the touch of the flow of the air on your upper lips entering your nose. You're feeling absolutely calm and very relaxed. Just be aware of your breathing. We've now come to the end of this week and starting of a new month. You have taken out few minutes of your life to just concentrate on yourself and your well-being. Every breath you take in, it brings a wave of positivity inside you, inside your body, and inside your mind. You're feeling very relaxed and very calm. Just inhale and exhale. That's great. Just relax and be aware of your breath as you just listening to my voice and my voice only. Be aware of my voice and just concentrate on your breathing. If any other thoughts or distractions may appear, don't resist them. Let them come. If possible, just imagine that these thoughts are like birds and your mind is like a big blue sky.
She's not singing.
And the birds may come and may go without leaving any footsteps behind. And these thoughts are just like them. Inhale and exhale. Inhale the positivity and exhale all the stresses, all the tension that you have. Just remain aware of this breath that you took. For a few minutes, you might not hear my voice. Try to introspect on the lovely week you had and how you overcame every day and every daily stressors that you may have. And the other thing that you can think of is the coming month. That how can you make it absolutely great and positive for you. Just enjoy this moment. Now that you have imagined and introspected on the week that you had and the new month that you will be able to imagine and make it through with all the productivity and all the positivity that you had, you feel so good about yourself. You feel absolutely great. So just inhale the positivity, the greatness, and exhale. You can start to feel that you are feeling extremely energized and ready to take up a new month. Now, I will be counting you up from 1 up to 5, and at 5, feeling absolutely great and refreshed, you will slowly open your eyes. So 1, feeling great about yourself. 2, feeling absolutely refreshed. 3, 4, feeling amazing and feeling so proud of about yourself that you have achieved it. You have made it. And 5, slowly open your eyes. All right. Great. If anybody wants to have a sip of water or roam around, you can do that. I can see Reva ma'am smiling and I'm liking it. Yeah.
Shivika,
Yes.
if I can say what I felt, I was having a tired and a heavy week because I was running around, moving around from place to place, and the metros and the rains and the traffic of Delhi gets to you when it is monsoons.
Yeah.
You will wait for the rains, and once the rains are here, you start cribbing about the traffic. Then you start cribbing about how late I'm getting to work and how are the OTs going to start. So it was very relaxing. Thank you so much for this refreshing session. I definitely feel that if I was on the energy levels, number 4, I'm right now at least a number 8.
Oh, that's great. I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much, Dr. Farah. Thank you.
Thank you. We would love our audience to also share their experiences. How did they feel after this hypnotherapy session? Anybody, please be willing to come on the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and just tell Shivika how you felt.
Shivika, just one question, please.
Yes.
Where do I find that ball with that string hanging?
So again, bursting one myth here, we don't use the pendulum. It is known as a pendulum. And thank you for asking.
मुझे बहुत से लोगों को बस में करना है अपने, तो I need that ball desperately. Just name the price. Just name the price. I will pay for it. I need that ball with that string, you know.
I'll say, अब उनको बस में करना है, मेरे पास भेज दो, मैं कर दूंगी.
नहीं, प्रोफेसर कैलकुलस तो मैं हूँ भाई, मुझे
ऐसा ठीक है. Okay, I'll send it to you.
So basically, yeah, I think we have a lot of people in the chat answering, questions. Exactly, probably what I also felt. I had a very busy day. Sadaf is saying that she is now feeling so light right now. And then we have someone else also said so calming, very relaxing, felt calm, relaxing after a hectic day. So I guess people have understood that it is not mind control that we are talking about, but rather controlling our negative thoughts, controlling the negative energies that somehow, we get bogged down with in today's times and challenging, situations. This is a very therapeutic tool, ladies and gentlemen. Shivika Chadha is a clinical hypnotherapist who is now also with us at Pre2doc Center for Wellbeing. She is available for personalized sessions just so that you can get through the week and she does specialized sessions with people who have elderly problems of isolation, of depression, of anxiety, and patients who are coming in for very specific pain management techniques. So in fact, she is taking care of people with shoulder pains, frozen shoulder pains that haven't gone. And Shivika is a gem of a person. Half the time she smiles and half the problems are gone. So we hope you all enjoyed this session. And if you have any questions, we are willing to take this. This will be recorded. This is a session which has been recorded and will be posted on YouTube. So I will be sending it across to all of you. And we are welcome to, ask you all if you have any questions, and Shivika is here to answer for the next 5 or 6 minutes.
And I just want to say that I think Nayara Hussain, if I'm not pronouncing it wrongly, I'm so sorry. But she said that something like meditation. So yes, the technique that I use is known as breathing awareness. It's an induction technique, meaning that we use it in the very beginning of a hypnotherapy session. So it might be something like meditation, but how is it different from meditation? Is meditation doesn't have a goal. But with hypnotherapy, it has a goal. Like, for example, it's the patient's goal, whatever that they are, that they want to achieve. For example, it can be time management, can be the shoulder pain, it can be better mood swings, or better mood to have, or better mind belief system. I want to change this belief or have a more productive life, for example. But meditation does not have a goal. It's for you to just be in time and be in the center, and be aware about your thoughts. That's the only difference between meditation and hypnotherapy.
If I can add to that, Shivika, I think meditation is just a tool to practice being in the present moment. You remember Shivika was actually telling us, in fact, to think about the past week, think about all the things that we've gone through. That's where the difference lies between a hypnotherapy session and a meditation session. A meditation session can be done at home by listening to music and using other tools to anchor yourself only and only in the present moment. That is just a tool to calm yourself. But with hypnotherapy, you get advantage of actually solutions. Not just a technique of calming yourself, but also solutions to handle certain things that went wrong in the last week, so that you can, make the next week more better. In fact, figure out other ways to manage other things in life.
Absolutely.
I hope that answered your question, Mrs. Nayara. So that's the difference. And we have few more people who have given you lots of compliments. I think Savita ma'am wants to ask something more of auto-suggestion. If you can unmute yourself, Savita ma'am, and ask us.
Okay. So while you said that, you could, while meditating or while thinking about this, you were giving us suggestions that you could, auto-suggest yourself. Yes. So is it more like an auto-suggestion to yourself, like, okay, I'm not having a pain. Supposing I have a shoulder pain. So I suggest myself, it's an auto-suggestion. Okay, I'm not having a pain anymore. And I try to, think of something else and not about my past pain or something. So is it more like an auto-suggestion when we talk to ourselves or try to calm our mind?
Okay, so funnily enough, self-hypnosis is known as auto-suggestion. The first name of self-hypnosis is auto-suggestion itself. So very rightly you said that you give your mind instructions, okay, or suggestions, if you say. The only difference here is that a hypnotherapist, so as I said, that our mind is tuned to more negative thoughts, okay. So हमने बोल दिया that I am not having pain. हमारा mind pick up करेगा not pain. ये सब पिकअप कर लेगा. बट जैसे ही मैं एज ए हिप्नोथेरेपिस्ट बोलूंगी कि यू आर फीलिंग एब्सोल्युटली रिलैक्स्ड एंड यू and your shoulder is absolutely fine, and you can move around the way that you want.
So in that case, our mind will start thinking in positive manner.
Yes,
absolutely. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
वो बिल्कुल सही कहा है शिविका ने मैम, क्योंकि हम अपने आप को कहेंगे मुझे दर्द नहीं हो रहा, मुझे दर्द नहीं हो रहा, तो दिमाग दो चीजें सोचेगा, नहीं और दर्द. Both are those negative terms, right? We only think of that. We'll keep focusing on that. But if someone from the outside tells you it's a normal day, you're taking a walk, you imagine yourself walking through a field going to the bus stop, picking up your kids from school, you'll start thinking in other direction. What we need is a distraction tool as well as a tool which will prevent us from going towards the negativity side.
Creating a kind of a platform for that.
Yes, yes.
Basically changing your vocabulary, the way you talk, the way you auto suggest your mind. So same thing you can do once you've learned it from a hypnotherapist itself. They will only teach you because जैसे doctors medication provide करते वैसे हमारी treatment होती है self hypnosis या meditation या getting tuned to yourself, and obviously the other मतलब अगर time management है तो time table बनाना हो तो सब अलग होता है. बट वो आपको सिखाएंगे कि आप अपनी माइंड को कैसे ट्रेन करते हो to have a positive vocabulary for your own mind, and automatically your thoughts will change. You will see those thoughts change like anything so fast, and you will have a wonderful life then.
That's so nice.
So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for that. Thank you so much for being such an engaging audience, and thank you so much for accessing the chat box and taking us through your challenges as well as your experiences during this wonderful 60 minutes that we had with Shivika Chadha. Thank you so much, Shivika, for joining Team Pre2doc here, and we hope that we were able to put in the positive energy that some people required, especially since the weekend is here and we need to have a good time with family and friends. And yes, like you said, it is also very important for me as a doctor to bring about well-being in general. Today is National Doctors Day, so
Yes.
I'm thankful and grateful to you.
Thank you to you.
Congratulations, very good.
Thank you to Farah for being such a support.
Thank you, Reva ma'am. Thank you. आप भी से English सीखी है, so थोड़ा बहुत.
Come on. Now we are old timers now.
No, ma'am, not at all. It's a pleasure to have you all whenever you come and listen to our sessions. So I'm very grateful.
It's always so fruitful. So we have to listen now because we are again back to our childhood, taking tips.
True, I agree.
Reva ma'am, gold is gold.
Yes.
I said old is gold, Reva ma'am.
Yes, of course.
So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Shivika, once again. Shivika is easily available for everybody for their queries, and I will share her email with all of you. And I hope this session has benefited everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. And
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you, Shivika. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.